The Wheel Blacks. Triumphant gold medal winners in wheelchair rugby at the 2004 Paralympics in Athens.
We're on the top of the world and we're physically really
There's a lot of respect for the jersey and what being a Wheel Black means.
But since their win, Wheel Blacks' performance has underwhelmed, and so has their world ranking.
We're pretty much written off. You know, we're ninth in the world.
4 of the original gold medal squad are still playing. Jai, Dan, Curtis and Sholto are the old guard and want to retire with a win. But the once mighty Wheel Blacks haven't even qualified for the 2012 Paralympics.
I just want to go out, you know, round off my career how it should be, on top.
2 weeks to go and we're just trying to qualify for the Paralympics. I mean, that was unheard of even a couple of years ago. You know, we were top of the world.
We've got to realise that it's going to be pretty intense over there.
They must achieve first or second place at the upcoming Oceanic Regional Champs if they are to qualify.
In the past, you know, we'd won a lot of games leading into it and, you know, played a lot of tournaments, so, you know, we just had faith that we'd do well. But this time, you know, it's an unknown. You know, we haven't played a lot of these teams for a long time.
Is everyone in their chairs?
This is their final meet before they head to the Oceanic Games. A lack of funding has meant the team has only had 2 trainings together. They're trying to stay positive about the serious lack of preparation.
This is a fantastic bunch of guys. I'm really, really enjoying it in the team. I'm training better than I ever have. I feel as fit as I ever have. And I've got as much passion for the game as I ever have.
6 of the 10 squad members are newbies. Gav has only been a quadriplegic since his accident 6 years ago. Barney's 17, eager and with lots of energy. These new guys have no experience of the enormous pressure they'll face in Korea. Tape up.
They haven't got a lot of international experience. And so when the pressure comes on, time will tell whether they can live up and you know, keep the accuracy and the composure that you need in the big games, because it could be 1 lost and 1 turnover or 2 turnovers.
All of these guys have been playing for a lot of years. They're like, I might have the speed, but they got the knowledge. That's why I respect them.
Wheelchair rugby is the only team sport available to guys with quadriplegia. For Gavin, who spent his teenage years surfing, it's a buzz to be back playing sport.
One of my goals when I was first in the hospital 5.5 years ago was I wanted to get to the London Olympics, and it's becoming a reality. But we've just got to get over this first hurdle to qualify, and yeah.
Morning, Gav. How are you today?
Gav has the highest level of spinal injury of any guy in the squad. He has a real low level of function and is reliant on a carer.
Before you do that, let's empty this out.
Okay.
Got a bit of fluid in it, just find a bottle for something.
Yeah.
Since I've been in the chair, I've always tried to be as independent as possible and tried to do everything that I can do. So it's definitely got easier over time, and training and playing wheelchair rugby and working on my physical strengths definitely helped out with my independence. So.
Is it easier to put on?
Easier than track, is it?
Yeah, way easier. Cool.
Wait.
Many of the guys credit the game with changing their world. Jai sees a younger version of himself in Gav, and both guys have a similar level of hand function. Jai's played wheelchair rugby for 10 years. This season is his last.
When I left for spotting, you do feel really like you're not even a man anymore. Emily, time for your bottle. I guess being in that rugby chair and getting out on the court and actually smashing someone and, you know, getting aggression out and testosterone, all those sort of things, you know, it just gives you confidence. Go, yeah, you know, actually, I'm still a man. Hang on. I don't think I would have had the confidence to, you know, met my wife or, you know, I think I would have been a lot more shy, I think. You know, I think I would have been a lot more in my shell. I'm like always out of town, and, you know, even my wife says, you know, sometimes she feels like a solo mum you know, because always got his tournament on. And so anytime we achieve anything, you know, that little piece of gold just means, you know, this is a symbol of the time that I've had to sacrifice.
Cameron Leslie has already won a gold medal in swimming. This sport gives him mateship.
My brothers played rugby, my sister played netball, and just seeing the camaraderie that they have within the team environment, that's something I never experienced until I started playing wheelchair rugby. I suppose I wanted that camaraderie. Now that I am having it with wheelchair rugby, I'm loving it and I'm living what my brothers did throughout my high school years.
I think most of the guys I know who live, you know, who use wheelchairs, do play rugby or play some other sport or are highly motivated people. But then there's other guys that have just sort of been caught in those low expectations sort of lifestyles where people around them don't expect much and they sort of fall into that trap of not expecting much from themselves. And I just see them and think, man, you can do so much more.
After his accident, Chris was determined to go back to farming. He gave that his best shot. But when he had to give the farming away, he applied his determination to the training as a wheel black.
I was probably in my physical peak when I broke my neck, but I always stayed fit just because of the work you did on the land. Like, I never did weights like this. I have to start going to the gym and do weights and pushing my rugby chair and doing actual fitness and strength-based activities.
There's a strict classification system for all players in the sport. Players must have loss of function in all 4 limbs to play wheelchair rugby, but function varies massively, so there's a point scale. Each is ranked for physical capability from 0.5 to 3.5. To find their number, the players are put through a series of classification tests before each tournament.
Pretty lengthy process of touching, feeling your muscles, stretching out, things like that. Figuring out what sort of function you've got, and then from that they give you a grading between a 0.5 and a 3.5 and on the 1.5.
Gav has the lowest ranking of 0.5 because he has very little hand function and arm strength. Most of the team are quadriplegic, so they have no ability to use muscles from the chest down. Cameron has a rating of 2.5 because he's able to use the muscles in his trunk. This gives him balance and he's able to tap quickly. His strength allows him to transfer his weight for maximum impact in the big hits. On court, the sum of their rankings must add to a maximum of 8. Only 4 players of each team are on the court at one time. Coaches strategically field combinations of players, making the most of everyone's strengths. Jai is one of the most experienced one-pointers in the world, but he's making this Paralympics his last event.
It was pretty tough this last 2 years because, you know, like my stepdad died, you know, that was really tough, and, you know, I've never really had a chance to grieve, never really had time to spend with him, you know, before he died. And you know, there's all those other situations that you miss out on, like friends. I mean, always getting texts from my friends, emails from friends, oh, what are you, I'm doing up on the weekend, or, you know, where are you?
What up, bro? Hey, guys. There, bro.
This tournament in Seoul is coming out of their own pockets. 8 years ago, the Wheel Blacks were funded to travel the world.
Hey, how are you?
Dan's had a decade in the sport.
And without a doubt, the last 10 years have been phenomenal, you know, it's been action-packed. Hey, how are you? But the new guys coming up are really exciting me, and I want to keep playing with these boys. I want to be there with them when we go to London. No, not really. Oh, I've done enough, I think. Come on, boys.
I started playing in 1993. I've been to 4 Paralympics now, and I've never had so much desire to go to a Paralympics as I do now.
We're 12 hours away from a pretty important tournament for the Wheel Blacks. It's make or break.
The tournament is in Incheon, 2-hour bus ride from Seoul. Ideally, the Wheel Blacks would have a week to prepare for the tournament. Instead, they've got 48 hours before the first game.
I'm relishing the opportunity to go out there and show this part of the world at least what Wheel Blacks can do again.
Well, this is our opportunity to return to the top 4 in the world.
I think if we just really freaking nail just doing those small things really well. Most of it is, I think we go out there 100 miles an hour trying to do everything. And I think if we just do those small things and concentrate on that.
Accuracy.
Accuracy.
It is important to honour guys, and I'm talking about Showdown and Kurt. So I'd like to give them a little honour, and that is in terms of handing out the singlets.
Yeah, look, I'm just glad to still be in it. It's a great bunch of guys, and it's the best team that I've been involved in, athlete-wise, and there's a great vibe in the team at the moment. And I think we're going to do it. I'm feeling really good about it.
I can see myself in a lot of you young guys, you know, where I was exactly where you were at, full of beans and, you know, just soaking everything in. And this tournament for me is really important. You know, I don't want to finish it here, and I really would like to go to London, and I couldn't think of a better team to go on that journey with. So, yeah, go hard. No regrets. Finish this tournament with no regrets.
What's the meaning of you, right?
Play well.
Oh, I'm embracing the mentoring kind of a role. It's really good. I really like it. I don't consider myself to be a coach or anything. I wouldn't like to take on that job at all. But I'm really enjoying just being there for the guys, you know, answering their questions and just setting them straight. It's really cool. Yeah, I love it.
Barney's had to get time off school to play this tournament.
Small, big, small, big. Hey, so how does it feel after getting that jersey? There you go.
Felt really good. I never thought I'd make the Wheel Blacks at teenagers' age. I expect to make a Wheel Black at 22, 23. Felt good. It felt like getting blessings from the Queen herself. That's how stoked I am. You know what I mean? Like, it feels good to roll with the senior members to see how they do it, and I could spice it up a little bit. But yeah.
The team has their first match against Japan tomorrow. Today they have classification. It's a stressful process.
It'll be my 3rd international classification, so hopefully get this one done, and that'll be it for my rugby career.
Could you come forward a bit? And you should...
I haven't got my chest strap on. You want me to put this on?
Yeah, but first you take off your shirt.
Okay.
Just pull it up first.
Can I have the ball?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to roll that? Yeah, yeah. You want? I don't care.
Leave it on?
Yeah, and you want to have you go. You are more stable.
I'll just let it. Hang on, one time.
A 1.5 player like Chris can get fairly good speed on court with his pushing, and up to your 3.5 players, they're the ones that then will have the most muscles working, most stability on court, so very quick in their chair, the #1 ball carrier in the team.
The classification of Barney and Cameron are key. They're the strongest players on the Wheel Blacks. If they're classified too high, it will upset their planned player combinations. The classifiers are in dispute. Some reckon Barney is a 4, higher than the sports rules allow, which would put him completely out of the tournament.
They're saying that he currently sits between 3.5 and 4, but more towards 3.5. So, it's all good.
Sweet.
Others stress that he has no fingers on one hand and should be a lower rating. Cameron was born with malformed limbs. He doesn't have fingers to push his wheelchair, but he does have incredible strength. There's heated discussion about rising his rank from 2.5 to a 3. Decisions made. He's 2.5. Barney's had an anxious wait.
They're going to see you in the games tomorrow.
He's staying in the game at 3.5. It's time to psych themselves for top-level performance.
A lot of people now have seen wheelchair rugby and they know how gladiatorial it is and how rough and tough and how committed you have to be.
Curtis is one of the hottest players in the world. No one wants him injured.
Yeah, Shoulder took a tumble in the warm-up, landed on the concrete.
It's a game of 4 8-minute quarters played on a regular basketball court. The ball must be bounced or passed within 10 seconds. A goal scored when you push across the line. Barney's talented, but at times he's a little too eager. He's hogging the ball and frustrating his teammates.
Barney reverted back to 17-year-old instincts and kind of shows that he's not quite ready for the big show. Once he gets that kind of play out of his play, he'll be phenomenal.
Curtis is risking his shoulder injury for the game. They're 2 points down.
It's not clicking, we're not quite gelling, so that's why I'm a little apprehensive. Then having said that, I think the World Blacks are notorious for that. We don't start tournaments well, and we get better as we go on.
Just a few too many turnovers from our point of view that cost us more to work on. So.
They knew they were unprepared and it's showing. With 1 second left, they have a last desperate throw to try and tie the game.
To have these 6 new guys and with us 4 old guys, you know, we've got to develop trust again. You know, that only comes with experience, and you know, these guys have to get that experience real fast because, you know, this tournament we're playing right now, you know, this is make or break, and you know, it's a really steep learning curve.
They've got an even bigger game ahead against the Sharks of the sport, Australia, a team with huge financial backing. It's grudge time. Barney's pitched against Australia's top man, Riley Batts. Everyone's watching to see how the new kid performs.
Stadium shots, stadium shots, stadium shots, stadium shots, stadium shots. Gav, once he gets you free, bust down, dude.
Australia takes the game by 5 points. The Kiwis are gutted. It was the Aussies that kicked the Wheel Blacks out of the Beijing Paralympics.
That was just heartbreaking, you know. We put everything into it, heart and soul, and after that second game against Aussie, I just went into the changing room, just cried like a baby. I was just devastated. At times it's too much, you know, and I've been through those stages where I've had just too much and had to get out of it.
I'm thinking maybe this chair here.
Sweet, mate.
The easiest one to go.
Yes. Dude. Done it. You'll be sweet from there, eh? You say you feel nervous. You just worried about, like, making sure you do your job
Yeah, making sure I do.
Pull yourself on me.
Make sure I do the right job, eh?
Yeah.
I'll do it well, yep.
I used to get nervous all the time, eh? It's about developing trust in your teammates, eh? Like knowing that they can do the job. I mean, dude, I've been watching you develop, man. You're getting there, eh? And like, I think, you know, the biggest thing for us as low pointers is we've got to lead the talk.
Yeah.
And I reckon low pointers, we make lineups work. You know, if we're talking, it just drives everyone else. Yo, man, you guys are the future, eh? Like, you know, us old guys, man, we're sort of ticking along, but we love watching you guys come along, you know, developing and stuff. And, you know, you guys be carrying this team through for the next 10 years. It's a huge commitment, eh? And I guess like part of the emotion is like coming from you know, first in the world, dude. You know, yeah, those sort of those highs, dude, and really hurts, eh, at night. And
we're gonna.
I don't want to go out on a night.
Oh, give us some love, Jai.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from Jai. He's achieved a lot. He's an incredible person. He's given me so much advice since I've been playing wheelchair rugby and been in a chair.
Round 2, Wheel Blacks are playing Japan. Gav's ready to prove himself. There's no room for error, they must win to stay in the competition. The combination of Dan and Cameron is powerful. Gavin's playing with more confidence. It's a 5-point victory to the Wheel Blacks.
Yeah, Jai gave me heaps of advice. Went over some footage from the first game and just a couple of chair positioning things and yeah, well, as you can see, it showed out on court. I think I played a lot better. Definitely wasn't as nervous this time as well, so a lot more confident.
Day 3, they deliver a second victory, Korea. 31-17, it's a thrashing.
You know, this game coming up on Tuesday, the semi-final that we've got to win to get to London, you know, I really want to get that because I want to keep the stream alive and I want to keep playing under Pete and I want to keep playing with these boys.
I think for us young guys in the team, it's our time to step up and go from being the young guys to being a member of the squad, pulling the same weight as what everyone else is expected to.
The next game against Japan is the critical one. It will determine if either Japan or New Zealand qualifies for London. There's a hint of dirty tactics behind the scenes.
I'd forgotten my drink bottle when I guts back into the room there and busted some Japanese guys going for our gear and measuring stuff up. You know, that's how much they want it, man. We've got to make sure all our equipment's in order, make sure we've got no technicalities going to go wrong. You know, leave nothing to chance.
Chris is doing a little spying of his own.
Pretty impressive warm-ups and training sessions I have. You know, they've been around the world playing rugby for the last 3 months. Seeing them out there and all, you know, kitted up and dressed up, I just want to smash them more. I just want to beat them and send them home, send them packing. Yeah.
There's a crisis. As they prepare to take the court, Cameron's classification is changed, increasing him from 2.5 to 3, restricting the combinations they can play. The pressure's on everyone.
For years, Dan and Curtis have been the man for us. You know, they're the go-to guys to get the ball, you know, take on the number one from the other teams. And, you know, that's going to be Barney's role.
Barney hasn't performed well this tournament, but this is a chance to prove to the others he does have the maturity to play for his country.
You know, he's really young, but every now and then he pulls something out of the hat and you think, man, that guy's going to be special.
Half time and the guys are down 5 points. It's rough. Barney's back on court firing. He drives the goal scoring, bringing the team back to within 1 point of victory with 7 minutes to go.
You go
eyes on the prize, boys.
3 minutes 30.
Eyes on the prize.
1, 2, 3.
Coach Peter Martin alternates between the old guard and the new guys, keeping the lineup fresh.
Get that ball, you just shake them up.
New Zealand is 2 points behind and Japan has a man sin bin. This is their chance. The scores seesaw as the teams battle for that vital place at the London Paralympics. Japan has the lead. It's tightened, only 1 point between them. Japan seals the game with a final goal.
We came and we tried, man. Everybody just put everything into that one. True fighting spirit, eh?
The dream of London's gone. All they can do now is rebuild for the future in Rio de Janeiro in 2016.
We've got some real talent in our team, and if the young guys commit to the sport, if they can get enough money to travel, play for teams overseas, and you know, because that's where the competition is and that's where they're going to get better. They're going to be amazing. They're world-class players, you know. They've got the potential to be, that's for sure. Yeah.